Donald Trump doesn't know when to shut the up. So as you guys know, Donald Trump has probably had the worst about week and a half of his entire, administration, if you can even call it that, his regime, his little run. And Donald Trump does not know how to handle the Epstein case, and we all know why. We all know why this man's having an increasingly difficult, increasingly hard time dealing with this problem. He was asked yesterday, President Trump, why do you think your supporters care so much about the Epstein files? This man had the unmitigated gall, the audacity to stand in front of the entire nation and say, I don't know why they care so much. Watch.
I know you've urged people to move on, but I'm curious, why do you think your supporters in particular have been so interested in the Epstein story and so upset about how it's been handled?
I don't understand it. Why they would be so interested. He's dead for a long time. He was never a big factor in terms of life. I don't understand what the interest or what the fascination is. I really don't. And the credible information's been given. Don't forget, we went through years of the Mueller witch hunt and all of the different things, the Steele dossier, which was all fake. All that information was fake. But I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff. It's sordid, but it's boring. And I don't understand why it keeps going. I think, well, really only pretty bad people, including fake news, want to keep something like that going. But credible information, let them give it. Anything that's credible, I would say, let them have it.
Are y'all listening to this man? Do y'all hear what this man just fucking said? He just sat there and said, if you care about the Epstein situation, you are a horrible person. Only terrible people care about minors being abused by rich billionaires left, right, and center. Powerful people all around the world running a demonic satanic ring of abuse and predatory behavior. This is something you shouldn't worry about. You're crazy if you care about it. You're actually a terrible person, and you're the fake news media. And all of this behavior, I give it about 3 months, MAGA will forget. They'll forget. Listen to what Trump said. He claims Epstein is boring. Donald Trump wants you to believe a pedo ring involving the most powerful people in the world, a member of the British royal family, that is boring? And I'm not saying it's entertaining, but I'm saying, like, come on now. This is as far from miscellaneous, unimportant as anything could possibly get. This is a very serious topic of information. Donald Trump knows this, though. Donald Trump knows this is very, very important. And notice the other nonsense he drizzles in there. He tries to salt bay other kind of crazy shit in there. He's been dead for a long time. He died like 5 minutes ago in terms of human history. Epstein died in 2019. Like, that's like 5 minutes ago. That wasn't even that long ago in the grand scheme of things. Donald Trump would have you believe it was a very long time ago. It was eons and eons ago and once upon a time and all kind of bullshit. Donald Trump knows full and fucking well all of this is very recent. Victims are still alive. The fact that perpetrators are also still... Donald Trump is saying all of this because he's 100% Epstein, bro. You know he's in the files. You know he's in the files. And he has the audacity to sit there and say, I don't know why my supporters care so much about the Epstein files. Russia is a hoax. Mind you, none of this stuff has ever been a hoax about Trump. All of this stuff is 100% true. The Mueller report, all of this stuff have completely credible reports of Donald Trump and his campaign in correspondence and working with Russian politicians behind the scenes in the lead up to his first term. Like, all of this stuff is true. All of it is true. None of this stuff is false. None of it is fake. It's just too complex and too much fucking page after page after page report. So the American people never actually read it, don't give a fuck. And because nothing ever comes of it, Trump just says it was fake and it works. It works every time in his favor. The only problem is he can't make this one go away. And every single time he tries, it looks weirder and weirder and weirder because it is weird. Donald Trump ran on a campaign of transparency, of releasing the Epstein files, the JFK files, the MLK files. Now all of a sudden he's trying to gaslight the entire country into pretending like he didn't allude to possibly maybe releasing the files. And he did. Him and his base and the media apparatus surrounding the Republican Party have spent years trying to make it seem like the Epstein situation was some kind of Democratic Party scheme. Now that it's becoming really, really clear that the Republican Party has people involved and the Republican Party is blocking it and Donald Trump is terrified of it, now all of a sudden his narrative is, I don't know why my supporters care so much. I don't know, maybe because it's a story of young girls being violated? Like, maybe that is really, really important to the average everyday American. I know to Donald Trump, things like dignity and honor and doing the right thing and not violating people's children, I know that's a big one for him. I know it's a really big ask of him, but the rest of society cares about things like that. And Donald Trump has the unmitigated gall to gaslight and to pretend like he didn't literally put a battery in the backs of his supporters for years, convincing them the Epstein situation was an establishment Democrat scheme, and one day we'll release it and put them all in jail. And now Trump is terrified of the Epstein list. He's trying to gaslight people into believing it's not that big of a deal, and no one's buying it. No one's buying it. No one's buying this, by the way. MAGA's trying to find a way out of this one. Day by day, they try to find a way, but right now, no one is buying it. Donald Trump is panicking right now. This nigga is crashing out. Let me read y'all a tweet that he unleashed on this planet recently. It's another one. It's a new one. It's not the old one. Let me show y'all a new one. Trump says, the radical left Democrats have hit pay dirt again. Just like the fake and fully discredited Steele dossier. The lying 51 intelligence like this nigga's he's like a child, bro. The laptop from hell, which the damn swore it come from Russia. No, it came from Hunter Biden's bathroom. And even the Russia scam. It's like, this nigga's not a serious person, bro. This is his like, instead of him just not saying anything, because we know he's not going to release the files, he tells Pam Bondi to release what she thinks is credible, which is code word for I'm telling her what to do, but I'm also simultaneously throwing her under the bus in the event that what she releases isn't enough red meat for the masses, aka the truth. In case that's not enough for the public, it's Pam Bondi's fault. I told her to release what was credible. I don't know why she didn't do it. Pam Bondi and the rest of Donald Trump's fucking brigade of buffoons don't realize that, like every single other person who's worked for him, you are going to crash. Donald Trump is not with his day ones. Where's Mike Pence? Where's Hope Hicks? Where's all those people who used to be in Trump's circle from last time? Gone. They're gone. Where'd they go? It's almost like he ruined their lives. It's almost like he tried to kill one of them. It's almost like he ruined their careers. And you see this long-ass wall of a tweet in which he constantly tries to bring up hoaxes that are not hoaxes, actual instances where he was exposed for fuckery. He tries to portray it as though he was unfairly targeted. And then it all culminates in him typing "Make America Great Again" at the bottom of the tweet. Like, this nigga is a cartoon character, bro. He's a cartoon character. And he says, look at what he tells his supporters. He says, the new scam of the Democrats is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. And my past supporters have bought into this quote unquote bullshit, as Trump types it, bullshit, hook, line, and sinker. They haven't learned their lesson and probably never will, even after being conned by the lunatic left for 8 long years. Donald, let me tell you something. You lying about the Epstein files begs the question for your base, what else have you been lying about? Bro, if this is what unravels all of Donald Trump's lies, this is gonna be crazy. I mean, honestly, in this particular timeline, nothing surprises me anymore. Stuff keeps happening that shouldn't be happening, and I'm just like, okay, you know what? At this point, I cannot predict, I cannot say, I cannot declare what will or won't take place. Whatever happens, happens. Donald Trump is playing with fire here, because if he tries to sit here and mock his base for trying to learn the truth about the Epstein files, because that's what he's doing, he sits there and pretends like he doesn't know where this concern for the Epstein files comes from with his base. Why do they care so much? He's gaslighting. Conservatives, this is what Trump has been doing to the rest of the country and you for 10 years. You've been buying into this hook, line, and sinker. The rest of the nation knows he's full of shit. Now you guys are getting a taste of how it feels to know he's full of shit. Now you guys are getting a taste of what you've been had dished out to you for 10 years, but were too desperately morally compromised. I mean, you guys were desperate to just ignore anything wrong with him so you could get your MAGA outcome. Now you can't escape the gaslighting. Now you can't escape the lies. And this is how he feels about you. He claims you all are buying into bullshit. This is how he thinks about you. He claims you all are buying into bullshit, hook, line, and sinker, and you haven't learned your lesson after being conned by the lunatic left. And notice how he types. He types like a con man. Notice all the jargon, the phrases, the constant childish language. He types "Make America Great Again" at the bottom. He types "Russia, Russia, Russia." He types "Laptop from hell." He types what other fucking bullshit? Lunatic left. I've had more success in 6 months than any president in our country's history. Like, bro, this nigga types like a fucking con artist, man. Bro, like what? Yo, this nigga does not talk like this in real life. He does not. This is all perfectly curated and tailored specifically for you, his base, to consume and believe to be true. This man types like he's trying to compel you to believe in fuckery because he is. Absolutely insane. And this is probably going to work. I don't have faith in MAGA. Because the reality is, if they really, really wanted the Epstein files released, I've said it before and I'll say it again, if MAGA really, really wanted the Epstein files released, they would be blaming the person who's really blocking it, Donald Trump. But they've picked Pam Bondi to be their sacrificial lamb in the hopes of trying to keep Donald Trump afloat while trying to pretend like they care about the Epstein files, because in their heart of hearts, they don't.